Hi everyone, it's Lisa with InkandInspirations.com. The following video is a recording of a Facebook Live where I made a fun fold card using the Gnome for the Holidays stamp set and Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper from the Stampin' Up! Mini Catalog. So enjoy this craft and chat session and let me know if you have questions. This is called a Miura fold. And I'm starting with a piece of Highland Heather cardstock cut at 5.5 by 10.5. And I scored it at 3.5 and 7, okay? Now we have to do some measuring so that we can make some other scores. So I'm going to take my ruler, and on this first score line, I'm coming from the top here. Let me move this out of the way for the time being. And I'm going to come down 1 7/8 inch, okay? Thank you, Parson. Thank you. I realize that I've seen that happen too, but I appreciate that comment because it does make me feel a lot better. Hi, Diane. Okay, 1 7/8. So I'm going to mark here with a pencil, and then I'm going to come on this side, and I'm going to mark up 1 7/8 from the bottom, okay? 1 7/8. Now this one is like a card. I'm trying to memorize the directions, and it's like, no, I have to refer to my notes so that I'm sure not to mess it up. Thanks, Diana. Okay, so now we're going to score again, okay? So I am going to fold this back, okay? And I'm going to go from this corner to this first. Let's see, it's much easier this way. See what I mean? It's like, girl, get your act together. Okay, so right here, from that point, and then I've got my 6-inch mark with a Sharpie, my 6-inch, so that I can line these up easily. And then I've got it folded over, so I'm going to score through both of those. And I have to really... You have to be slow and deliberate. Slow and deliberate, or you'll go off of the track because you're going through two thicknesses, okay? So there we go. You see how you can see both the scores? Okay, so now on this side, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm folding back, okay? I'm putting a mark. Come on, Lisa. Okay. I've got to score. I want to be sure I get this right, y'all. Okay, there's that one. And it's going to be folded like this, okay? Then this one is going to be like this. So here we go. See, I have to really concentrate. But once you do it, like I made like 3 or 4 of these yesterday. And it's like, okay, I got it. But, you know, like Jackie says sometimes, I've slept since then. So, yeah. I know some of you know what I'm talking about too. Okay, here we go. Oh, goodness, I got off the track. Slow and deliberate. Come on down. I was a little off, but it's going to be okay. Okay, so now I've got score here and score here, okay? So let me move this out of the way. And here, now this is going to bend really easily because I've already folded it once. You want this side to come in like this, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and burnish these so it's a little easier. Okay, and just push on those score lines like that. And there you go. Magic. Okay, so that's the front. All right, now we have to do the back. So let's do this. And so for here, I'm going to burnish this. And this one we want to go back, I believe. Yeah. It's like I have to keep looking at it. Okay, so there you go. So it helps to like push in on that center and then start on these angles, okay? And then it goes just like you want it to. And you all need to try this, okay? I promise you can do it. Okay, so goodness me. I've got these backwards. Okay, so like that. Like this. Y'all, I'll get it together sooner or later here. There we go. Okay, so what I did, and the reason for my confusion, is that when you're folding it, you kind of go back and forth, okay? But in the end, you want your front to be going back and then the back part of the card to be coming up, okay? So I had done it both ways so that it would fold easily. And then this side folds back, that's the front, and this one is like this, folds toward the back, okay? So now we have it made in the shade, hopefully. Okay, so I'm going to give it a good burnish on all of those, okay? So now, the magic numbers for the next part are 5 1/8 by 3 1/4. You need a piece of Whisper White at 5 1/8 by 3 1/4 and 2 pieces of designer paper at 5 1/8 by 3 1/4. Okay, so let's do that. Find my pieces. And I've got this beautiful paper that I may have used it one time already, but I love the colors in it. And it's this Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper. Okay, so look at those colors. Aren't they beautiful? Okay, so now we're going to have to do some cutting on these. All right, so this is what I do. I decide which piece is going on which flap. So you open it up. Here it is like this. Open it up. And we're working with this, what we call the inside, but these two flaps are going to be the outsides. So I want this piece here and this piece here, okay? And you can erase all your marks. I mean, I do that, but you know to do that, okay? Now, we're going to measure down 1 7/8 on this inside and up 1 7/8 on this inside edge, okay? So I know here, and I've already done it. So this is down 1 7/8, okay? And you mark, and that's on this side. And this one is 1 7/8. I thought I had marked it. Yeah, I did. 1 7/8 on this inside edge. Mark, okay? And there you go, all right? Now we have to cut, all right? So we can move our little card base out of the way. We've got our two pieces. I'm going to mark this a little darker so you can see and I can see. So let me get my Stampin' trimmer now. And I want to go from the mark to the opposite corner, okay? So I'm going to line that up in my track. Mark up here at the top, point at the bottom, double check it, and then bring this down, hold it tight. Now, I'm going to suggest you not start cutting ever at the pointed end because it can accordion your paper, all right? So let's come up here, move that scoring blade out of the way. I've got it on track, and I'm going to slice it off. Now, important, for this triangle to fit nicely, you need to chop off a ½ inch from this flat side, okay? ½ inch off, okay? So I've got that ready to go. Let's get this other piece. Find our mark, opposite corner, up in the track and down. The mark is down here, okay? So now I'm going to bring my blade down because I don't want to start cutting from the pointed end. All right? So I'm going to move that. Got off track and slice. Again, we're going to take the flat end and cut off 1/2 inch. Okay? So now, let me show you what we have. Okay? Nice, huh? Okay, so that's all going to go. I need to change my blade. When your paper starts doing this, you need to change your blade, okay? I'm going to erase my marks. It starts getting the fuzzies on the end, but a lot of times if it does that, I don't want to recut, so I kind of pick them off or smooth them out. Okay, I'm erasing my little marks, getting my fuzzies off. So these are going to go like this. Okay? So now our centerpiece is Whisper White. Okay? So we have that same magic formula, 5 1/8 by 3 1/4. So on this one, we want to cut off triangle at top and bottom. So on this side, I would measure 1 1/8. I already have my piece cut. That's why I should do it. 1 1/8 down. Okay. And then 1 1/8 up here from the bottom. 1 7/8. 1 7/8, not 1 1/8. I keep saying that. Sorry. All right. Sorry, guys. I used my teacher voice then. I know. I realized that. Whew. Brings back some memories. All right. So now, you're going to line up in your trimmer and cut here to here. Oh, yes. That's a good idea, Lynn. And here to here. I used to have one. Who knows where it is? Okay. And cut. And so when you're finished, you get this piece like this, plus 2 triangles, okay? So I've already got my triangles ready to go, and you can see here and here, I've already stamped this little guy just peeking over, okay? So let me tell you what I do to get my image the way I like it right here. And so I'm looking here and I see this is the center, basically. And then if I want it to be centered, which I'm putting the little gnome house and I want it more toward the top, I put my lines here to show me how to line it up. Because if you do it like this and stamp, your image is going to be crooked when it gets in here. So you don't have to measure anything. Just make some little tick marks to show you what's straight across, okay, as you're looking at your card. All right. Okay, nail file. Sounds good. All right. So we have that. So now we can start assembling and stamping. So I can put that aside. I already have these guys stamped. So I'm going to move those right there so I don't lose them. And I'm going to go ahead and attach these, okay? So I'm going to use liquid glue for this. And after trial and error, I want to be able to wiggle this around if I don't get it centered like I like. And the liquid glue allows that. Okay, so I'm going to put it here. And just kind of line it up. Looks a little off, but it's going to do. Then right down here. Almost looks like I cut off too much. I'm not going to worry about it though. We've had enough issues with technology and cutting this morning. Okay. So now I have that. And this one goes here. Let's put it over here. It is. I mean, I can hear it. And for a while, I've been retired from public education for 10 years now. And it took me a long time to lose that teacher voice. And and Jackie would tell me sometimes, I am not one of your students. I go, I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's just, it's just a, no, I mean business kind of voice, which sometimes he deserves that teacher voice. Oh, man. Okay, so now I've got that. I don't know what happened here. I might have miscut, but it's going to be cute anyway. So, just follow my directions, not necessarily what I'm saying, okay? All right, so now here I've got this, and I'm lining it up on my grid going across. Now I can see, okay, those two little ticks I put there, I'm lining it up there. Welcome if you're just joining. I ought to call it Lisa Comedy Hour. I mean, the way it's been going this morning. Okay, so now I've got the gnome house. I've got my Memento black ink. And I'm going to stamp this baby toward the top because I want to put the sentiment at the bottom. So let me get as close to the top and as close to the center as I can and stamp. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and erase some of these tick marks now that I've got it lined up like I want. Okay, then I'm going to take the sentiment and go ahead and stamp that. Okay, and so it says, there's no place like Gnome for the holidays. Now I want it underneath the little gnome house, but it goes over the pebble path. That's okay, all right? Maybe not okay. I should have done this, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. All right. I've got ink that's going to get on my hand if I don't watch it. Okay, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to stamp this again, and this is a 3/4 inch piece. See, I kind of thought that would happen, and then I messed it up there too. 3/4 inch strip of Whisper White. This is how you fix your boo-boos. Yeah, I think so, Lynn. I mean, come on. Okay, let's do this. That's not exactly how I wanted it, and it's kind of messed up around the edge. So let's do it again. See, I told y'all I was going to get ink everywhere. Okay, let's try it again. I'm going to keep it simple and go up and up. Up. And like this. So now, yeah, that'll be all right. I think it's going to overlap a little bit, but I'd rather that than not be able to read it. So I'm not going to put that over it until I get it in place so I can see how I want to position it. Yeah, it's a fun set. So cute. So cute. And they're so popular, y'all, even in fabric. Like, I don't know if it was the Missouri Quilt Company or fabric.com or something. I got an email the other day and it had gnomes on it. Yeah, it did. Okay, so now I'm going to take a scrap piece of Whisper White which is right here. I have Stampin' die cut on here. And I'm going to take our little gnome and stamp him. And if this is your first time watching me, I usually have it more together than this. But when my internet starts acting up, it kind of throws the whole thing off. And so it's like, whoo, can't get my head straight. Okay, so now I'm going to cut these, or this little guy. He's going on the front. I pulled out all of my label dies, and I decided I liked this the best, the Hippo and Friends dies. I've already cut this one in Highland Heather, and I'm going to cut the gnome from this one. And I'm going to go ahead and cut him out, I think, before I color him. So let's get this here. So does anyone have this gnome set and stamped with it, played with it? Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is the bomb. It's awesome. Okay, so now put this here. And I'm going to cut it out. See, I've got the big platform, the cutting plate, and I'm center the gnome. Put number 3 over it. So it's 1, 2, 3, paper, die, 3. Okay? I should just call the plates by their numbers because I never get the names right. Right, Mary Ellen? Yes, yes. Yep, so agree. Okay, so now, here we go. Let's color. It doesn't take long, but we're crafting and chatting. So, okay, so I've got a menagerie of Stampin' blends here, and I want to get my little guy here that's finished so I can see how I colored him. So on this one, I decided to take dark Highland Heather and go over the snowflakes. Okay, like that. And then I kind of went over the dots a little bit. I have to keep checking to make sure. Is it Lynn or somebody, is it still fuzzy? Or has it been fuzzy this time? Oh, Carol, I haven't heard of that. Okay, so now this is light balmy blue. These colors are both in the designer paper, and I just colored over it. And if it blends some of the Highland Heather, so be it. Just adds to the magic. Okay, and then I take my dark Highland Heather again, and just very easily, I'm coloring his sleeves and his shoes, boots. I'm calling them boots because I'm coloring up a little higher. Okay, and then I have, what's this? Petal pink. Dark petal pink for his nose. And then the ivory for his skin. Okay, and then I decided to leave, since it was a holiday card, to leave his beard white. And so I took my Wink of Stella. Oh, great. Thank y'all. You know what I did? I restarted my phone. I don't know that that had anything to do with it, but hey, if it's good, I'm good. Okay. Okay, so make him a little sparkly. And then I'm going to put a gem over the jingle bell, okay? So, but I'll do that toward the end. So right now I'm going to take him and go ahead and layer him up on the background piece. When I saw Highland Heather in this Christmas snowflake paper, I thought, hoorah. I thought, that is beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to put that there, and now let's color these guys since we've got these colors out. How did I do them? I think I did all, oh, I know what I did. I'm taking light balmy breeze, and I'm coloring this one, his whole hat is light balmy breeze. Okay, and then I'm going to do his sleeves. Yeah, so it's easy here. Okay, then the ivory. I should be doing, well, this one has the same color. Doing this other one, this is the other corner. Okay, and then Stella, no, petal pink for the nose. All right, and then Wink of Stella for the whiskers and the beard. Okay, all right. Okay, and then this guy's going to have light Highland Heather for his hat, for his attire. Okay. I need to make several of these cards so that I don't have to think about it when I'm folding it. I mean, that's kind of crazy. All right, so I've got that. And then I'm going to do the gnome home. Okay, so what I did here is I decided to just use crumb cake, light and dark. So I started with the light, and I just colored the tree. Now, you know, for browns, we have, what, soft suede and crumb cake. So I decided to go with crumb cake since the color scheme of this is light. It's not a bold color. I decided to go with this and make it light to kind of blend in. I mean, it's like crumb cake is nowhere in this designer paper, but it goes, you know, it'll look fine. I mean, I could have done a whimsical tree and made it purple, I guess, but no, I wanted it to be more natural. Okay, so there's that, and then I'm going to take my dark crumb cake and kind of go, oh, I forgot to do the door. Did I do the door? Yeah. Color in these knots and some of these highlighted areas. Okay. Then I'm going to take light crumb cake and do the door. And then I have, this is Light Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to do the little window. And then the tops of the little Christmas bulbs, Christmas lights. And then I have dark old olive that I'm going to use on the leaves here. And the grass. I need to order these, the soft suedes. My light is out of ink. Okay, so now then I took light heather and light balmy, and I'm going to do the lights. This kind of ties it all in. Okay. All right, and then bronze I use for the doorknob. Dark smoky slate for the pebbles on the path. I didn't want to do brown too much brown for the little house. Light smoky slate to kind of color in the ground here. Remember, we're going to do our sentiment over this, what's here. Come on down with it a little bit. Okay, so there's that. All right, so let's put him all together. Let's get our blends out of the way. Get our card base back here. Okay, so you see how I've got my trunk going straight up and down now because I marked the points that would make it so I would know where to stamp. And again, you don't have to measure. My watch is telling me time to stand. I've been standing. It's because I haven't moved. Hey, Cindy. Okay. All right. Then we're taking this little guy and putting him up top. If you don't trim off that 1/2 inch off these little triangles, it makes it too long, okay? I'll show you one where I didn't do it because I thought, let me just try it. And it's just, I had to snip some off so I could close the card. Right. Okay, now let's take this. Yeah, that's going to be okay. Don't y'all think? You know what, though? It won't fold if it goes there, so I've got to snip some more. We can make it work. So I'm going to get a little closer to this sentiment here. Now. So I need to position it where it doesn't interfere with that fold line. So I can come down with it as long as it doesn't get on that fold line. I would have rather not had to do this, just so y'all know. But, you know, you can always fix. That just doesn't show up good enough. You can always fix things. And there may be a better way to do this, but another way, which I'm not going to take the time to do, is you could cut apart each word and glue them individually. Okay, so now I see that's a little close, so I'm moving it up. See, cute. All right, so now we have our belly band. So what I did is after you cut this 5.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, you have like a panel left of your 8.5 by 11. And so I just cut a 1 by an 11 inch strip. It's a little long for the wraparound, but it's okay, you can cut off, okay? So we do that. You take the 1 inch by 11 inch strip, go around the center here, and just bend it around. And you don't want it too tight because you want it to slip on and off easily. So I'm just gently bending it around. And you see how it's a little long here, so I'm gonna snip it off. Okay, so now I know I need adhesive from about right here to here. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal Plus. Just do that. So now see, to open and close, it'll work great. So now the little guy is going to go here, and I like it. I don't know if I want him, well, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to put him, center him on that belly band, and then you can slide him up or down as you see fit, depending on how big your die is. And I'm going to show you some other choices in a minute. So I'm going to put, let's do this, Lisa. Well, I never know. You know, it's like, okay, where do I put the adhesive for this? Where's the best place? And I'm going to do this. As long as you don't put too much where it extends beyond. Okay, so see? All right, so now we're going to dress him up a little bit with our blue adhesive back gems that are so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to take one of the big ones and put it right here over the bell. And then I'm going to use 2 more on either side. I think these are on back order right now, but order them anyway. You will love using them, and especially if you have this paper, okay? Because it picks up all the colors. Okay, let's get all this out of the way here. So, here's our card. Now, yeah, there's a lot to this, really. I understand that, but how special, right? And I know my little girls would love getting this. I mean, I can just see them playing with it, which is fine. You know? I mean, don't you think? Okay, so there's that one. And here's our other one that I made yesterday. And then, let me show you another sample. First of all, that happiest of birthdays I wanted to show you. But I have this one with the other little gnome. Okay? I think I used the paper, the 'Tis the Season paper. The 6x6 pack on this one. Okay? And I used the layering circles dies. And because these are holiday rhinestones in spruce. They're in the annual catalog, and since they're little, you can slide the belly band over them. These were a little big to scatter, I thought. They were a little more dimensional. So let me show you this little girl in here. So holly jolly everything. So I just had her peeking, you know, stamped her partially, and then this holly is from the designer paper that I just fussy cut out. And I'm going to see if I can find the other one. You remember I showed you when I was showing you all the stamp sets that were on sale? Hang on just a minute. I'll have to put, oh, here it is. Here it is. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays. I use the Stitched So Sweetly dies. This big rectangle. Okay. And the Forever Fern set. Made the belly band, used that Forever Greenery Designer Series paper. It's your day, and I stamped. Now, after I did this, what do y'all think? It was like too busy. All of this and then all of this. I could have gone a little lighter on this, or maybe chosen a pattern that wasn't as busy, but I love this paper. So anyway, I thought that is a really special birthday card. Okay. All right. So this is the Miura fold. And really just start making it. Just start folding it and working with it. Get you a template and keep it on hand, and like that you can refer to it. And I need to add the belly band is 1 by 11. And the 1 7/8 is the measurement on all those pieces, okay? And I will post those instructions. It'll probably be up here and also on my blog. Thank you so much for joining me. Y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Let me know if I can help you. Bye-bye.